Hello and welcome back to the Pouncer AI Freelancer Education Series. I am Jerod Morris here with Pouncer founder and CEO Sean Jackson. And in our last lesson, we talked about mastering the art of Upwork proposals. And today we're going to talk about the power of past projects and how you use your past projects to make yourself look more desirable as you look to get hired for your next projects. And so, Sean, let me just start out with the first question for you. How important are past projects when you're applying for Upwork jobs?
They're crucial. and by the way, I want to see how many times we can use P in the same sentence, by the way. Power of past projects on your profile.
Alliteration is beautiful.
So I'll add another P to it, which is portfolio too. So let's go through, there is a big difference between freelancers that have been on Upwork for a while, that have accumulated a lot of jobs versus new freelancers that are just on the platform. And of course, the struggle is the same with everything. You don't probably have a lot of past projects. And so what do you do, right? Because you need to get new work, and past projects help you get new work. So what do you do? So let's start with the complete newbie. You just set up your profile, and in there you have nothing, no past jobs. Well, you probably do have past jobs. You just don't have them in Upwork or from Upwork. So as we talked about last time, you have to get your portfolio together. You have to add any past work you've done as portfolio items. It is absolutely crucial because you have 0 jobs on Upwork. So how can anyone actually trust you? It's because you have work that you can showcase via your portfolio. So that's how you, as a new freelancer, really can try to stand out, is include those past portfolio items that you've done, because then you can attach them when you're applying to a job. Now, as you are starting out, one of the most important things is the type of job you get when you first start versus later. And this is really, really important, because a lot of times, and I was guilty of this too, is that I have a lot of experience. So I'm going to go after these big jobs that I'm clearly qualified for. When the reality is, if you look to my profile, I had no work experience on Upwork. How could anyone trust me? So the tactic that we always recommend is you start small. You go after small, little jobs that you know that you can do perfectly. Now, you're probably going to undercharge for it. You're probably going to sit there and not get what you're worth, but that's not the purpose of going after small, little jobs. The purpose is to build up your reputation. So you want to work with clients who are already on Upwork, who have hired many freelancers on Upwork. This is so important because you're going to want to really zero in on those jobs where payment is verified, where the client has posted a number of jobs on there, has 5-star ratings, because they know how the game is played. They know that if you do a good job, they're going to give you a review, and they're going to get a good review back in return. So you want to only focus on those type of clients. Do not worry about what the cost is, but what you want to do is you want to identify something that you can do in a very short, compressed amount of time. You can do 100% perfect, and you can over deliver on what you're providing. That's a clear and easy way to start building up your past jobs, if you will, on Upwork. Small, little wins.
So you need kind of a combination, I guess, right, of jobs that are actually on Upwork through the system where you've got ratings and that kind of go on your profile. But then also, I mean, how do you do like the jobs that are off of Upwork? Like you said, someone like you had a lot of experience coming onto Upwork. How do you showcase like some portfolio. Other past work?
Okay. It's portfolio. That's what you're going to really have to leverage when you're first on the platform. Now, this is the other thing about, getting those when you're first starting out. I'm talking about 0, nothing. Yep. You're going to have to send out a lot of proposals. Okay. When we first started on Upwork, it was not uncommon for us to send out 40, 50, 60 proposals a week. Okay. That's how aggressive we were, because in the mobile app development space where we competed in, we were competing with tons of freelancers, usually in, overseas, like in India and Pakistan. I mean, we were constantly, by the time we applied, it was just like, oh my God, there's 50 people already that applied to this thing. But you just have to keep on doing it. You have to be one of the first. So you want to find those jobs, but you also want a cover letter that really basically says kind of the following if you're brand new. Look, I'm new to Upwork. They know. And I have the experience that is needed for this job, and I'm going to over deliver because I want to build my reputation on the platform. You can literally use that type of structure. And some clients will look at it and go, okay, I know the game. I'll give him the work because he's new or she's new. I'll give them that chance because I'm going to pay less than what they're worth. I'll get a better product for less cost. And in return, I'll give the guy or gal a good 5-star review if they deliver what they promised that they were going to deliver. So to me, when you're first going out, it's portfolio, find small jobs, send lots of proposals and send them quick. And you're going to make some mistakes and you're not going to do it right. But over time, trust me, after 40 proposals, you'll get better at proposals, even with Pouncer AI. Then you'll start to see those small little wins. And then they start to accumulate up. But there's a trick. Okay?
Ooh.
I know. Let's
Dramatic
say
music.
you get these small little jobs, okay? Jerod, you're a phenomenal copywriter. Let's say you're going out there and getting a copywriting job. And let's say it's a blog post or whatever that happens to be. Normally you charge like 500 per post, and let's say you charge 50. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you do and you get that client what they're looking for and blow them away, then you take that one job, that job that you just completed successfully, that you gotten 5 stars on, like you just crushed it, and you create a portfolio piece for that job and attach it to the job. Now, the client has to approve it, okay? And they have 3 days to approve it. If they don't approve it in 3 days, it's automatic. But just let the client know, I loved working with you. I'm building my reputation on the platform. I'm trying to get my portfolio piece together. Is it okay? Usually they'll say yes. And then you add that job portfolio item and it shows up. So now when you're applying, when they look at your past work, they start to see those portfolio items next to those 5-star reviews. And then all of a sudden you're looking like, wow, this guy's a professional. This girl is a professional. They're coming here, not only getting 5-star reviews, but I can see the work that they produce to get that 5-star review.
Yeah. And you're going the extra mile. We talked about this in one of the previous episodes about how important it is to empathize and put yourself in the shoes of the hiring person. What would you be looking for? Well, you want someone that's going the extra mile. So taking time to make that portfolio look good. It shows attention to detail, right? And there's this concept of how you do anything is how you do everything. And that helps even subtly show to someone who's hiring, this person pays attention to details. This person dots their I's, crosses their T's. I want to hire this person. That's why that kind of stuff works.
And I also would counterbalance that with, you want to work with clients that appreciate it too. There are a lot of terrible clients out there. Okay. Anytime you have a platform, you're going to have some great potential clients. You're going to have some horrible ones. Okay. So you really need to be selective, especially in the very beginning, on the type of client you're working with. That's why I started this off by identifying clients that have lots of jobs that they put out there, that they have hired lots of people. They've got lots of 5-star reviews. So I'll use our company account for our consulting side. We would hire freelance. We'd get a project in, we needed some extra work, we'd hire people. So we spent over like $130,000 on Upwork with all 5-star reviews. So we're the type of people you want to work with because we know how the game is played. And I will often hire new people just because, of the business we're in. I'll hire brand new people to give them a great rating if they go above and beyond. So that's the type of client you want. What you don't want is the person that's like, well, since you're new, I need to test you. I need to give you a sample work. I need you to do work for free. And if I like it, maybe I'll hire you and maybe I'll pay you something. Stay away from those people. They are poison. They will never appreciate what you do. Never. Instead, what you want is where the client is clearly understanding that you're new. They'll probably ask a little bit more deeper probing questions, but they're willing to give you a chance, especially if it's small. A $100 project, a $200 project is not going to make or break most clients in the United States.
Yeah.
So that's why I think you have to be very selective early on in the type of work that you do, because it really does matter. And be cautious of the people that just want to, take your work and, try to prove it or whatever. So stay with reputable clients. By all means, just stay with people who spent lots of money. They know the game. And if they hire you, they will probably give you the review that you deserve.
And ideally, folks watching this use these tips and they're having success on Upwork over time and they're having a lot of past projects and they're building this portfolio. How does a tool like Pouncer help you organize your portfolio and your past jobs and match your past project experience with new opportunities?
Yeah, so there's two ways. And one is the fact that when you're generating proposals out of Pouncer, obviously they are tailored to your past experience. And you want to add that past experience into Pouncer to make those cover letters more relevant. This is especially true in the very beginning where, again, you don't have any past jobs, right? You don't have any past work. You want to go in and you want to start adding that into Pouncer AI. We give you a little dashboard where you can add in all of your experience, not just what you've done on Upwork, everything. And the reason we do that is because the proposals that have that past experience become much more interesting and much more reflective of your work. So adding your past projects into Pouncer makes your cover letters better. Now, we also, because of the community that you get when you're part of Pouncer, we do have weekly profile review sessions. We have a free course on profile optimization. We'll walk you through everything you need to not only get your profile set up, but to get those portfolio items properly positioned. So this is, I think, the one thing that a lot of people, don't really understand about Pouncer AI is it's not just the tool. It's the service, it's the support, it's making sure we are there to help you be successful. So whether we do it programmatically in the tool or whether we do it through the community site, that's why we exist, is to help you regardless of the method by which it is so that you can be successful.
Anything else on this topic, Sean, before we close up? I think the one thing that I want to underscore is I think sometimes people can overlook this part of it because you're constantly looking forward, right? It's like, I need the next job, the next job. And it's so important to stop and take the time to do this because it helps you build trust. It helps someone who's looking to hire you know, maybe you haven't done this exact thing, but you've done something similar for a client kind of like me, and they appreciated the work that you did. This makes me feel more confident in hiring that person. And so that is why it's worth taking the time to do this, and why if you don't, you're probably leaving business on the table. And that's the whole idea of this series, is to help people not do that, maximize their opportunities, and get the most bang for their buck for the time that they spend on Upwork.
It's going to be hard in the beginning. We know that. We've been there.
Yeah.
You put in the systems and processes in place to help you. So as you're growing, it becomes less burdensome. You use a tool like Pouncer to find and apply for jobs. You go through and you optimize your profile and create up your portfolio using the techniques we teach in the community. You go through that early painful phase that everyone goes through. There's no short circuit to the process. I mean, it is, there's no silver bullet. It is just grinding through. But as you build one step after another, it's building a tower that you're going to rise in that environment from. So don't give up. Be prepared to pay the cost of being new into an environment. And with Pouncer, we're here to help you get to the top of the tower.
That's right. This is not an exercise in self-aggrandizement. It is an exercise in crafting your experience, showing people what you can do, helping them build trust so that you put yourself in a better position for the next job that you're looking to apply for. And that is what we are going to talk about in our 4th edition of the beginner series here of the Pouncer AI Freelance Education Series, Finding the Right Jobs the Smart Way. Come back. That's what we'll talk about next.